Hello, it's Dr. Deal with 5 signs that you may be struggling with problematic grief after the death of a loved one. You know, we're always saying not to rush the grieving process, but when it starts to impact your functioning, it's best to seek a therapist for professional help. Here's some examples of that. Number one, you haven't left your house in months. Nobody has seen you or heard from you. And that leads me to number two, you've isolated yourself from your own world, meaning you're not interacting with anybody around you months and months. And that leads me to number three is that you're sad all day, all night. And that leads me to number four is there is no motivation at all. You're not motivated to do anything, any of the things that you used to do. And then that leads me to number five is that you stop going to work. You haven't been to work in months and months and months. These things, if they continue, it's going to start to impact your livelihood, your mental health, things like that. Normal grieving, you know, is kind of a balance where you still can kind of go to work, but you still may come home and be sad, but you're still functioning. So if this is you and it's been hard, again, I'm not talking about like the initial death when someone just died and you may be struggling for a couple of weeks and maybe even a month or two. Not talking about that, but months and months and months, 6 months, you'll know the difference. Please seek a therapist to help you through this process because you may be stuck. You know, grief is a hard process. Again, and I always say this, your emotions go up and down all the time. But in these scenarios, it seems like the person is actually stuck. So if this is you, please seek a therapist. All right. And that is my tip. Have a blessed rest of the week. Praying for everybody who's lost anybody.